If you have ever wondered what it's like to play a work of art, look no further than the Artful Escape. Much like any worthy piece of art, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. More on that later. Released on September 9th on all major platforms, The Artful Escape takes players on a musical journey of self-discovery. The game starts off in the fictional town of Calypso, Colorado. You play as a nerdy teenager who is also a guitar prodigy named Francis Vendetti. You are the nephew of the legendary folk artist Johnson Vendetti, who basically put Calypso on the map with his tunes. Your folk hero uncle passed away, and now the town is looking to you to fill his shoes.
I think when you're beneath those lights, I might catch a glimpse of my old friend.
The game starts out with you rehearsing for your first show ever, which happens to be a tribute to your late uncle. Yes, they are having a festival in his name and you are the main event. But there's something wrong. You secretly love rock music and take an opportunity every now and then to shred your guitar in secrecy. This places Francis in a difficult position because although he loves rock music, he is forced to play folk music by the entire town and everyone who loves him. He's not free to be who he is and lives in the shadow of his dead uncle. That is, until you meet Violetta, who is part of a ragtag group of space travelers who fly around from planet to planet playing rock shows. She urges you to meet her at the exclusive club named Lightman's, who players later realize is the name of the intergalactic rock star named Lightman, voiced by none other than Carl Weathers from Rocky and Predator. Later that evening, you are visited by an alien named Zom, who puts an alien electric guitar in your hand and gives you a makeover. Zom takes you to meet Lightman, who encourages you to travel along with him and play shows throughout the galaxy, which the game calls a cosmic extraordinary. You set forth on a spacecraft called the Cosmic Lung, along with Violetta, Zom, and Lightman to basically find yourself. At its core, The Artful Escape is a 2.5D platformer that is interwoven with a musical rhythm game. The game consists of you running around, talking to as many of the characters in the game, and teleporting to different planets to play shows. While The Artful Escape is technically a video game, it's more of an interactive story that you play with light video game elements infused. This isn't a bad thing, but if you fire up the game expecting to play a classic platformer like Super Mario Bros. Or something, you will be disappointed. Your time on each planet is spent running through the level, jumping from platform to platform, and taking on bosses in a musical duel. The musical duels consist of you pressing buttons in the same sequence as a boss character, very much like the old Simon game. The game's controls are really quite simple. You get a button to jump, to play guitar, and to activate different platforms found throughout the levels. Later on in the game, you get to craft your own persona and dress up Francis in your wildest rockstar outfit. Right off the bat, you will notice that the game is absolutely gorgeous. The developers' use of psychedelic colors and animation are an absolute delight to see and ramp up the production value of the game. The production values are also boosted by the game's story and dialogue, which really takes center stage. The game uses top-notch voice acting, including the voices of Carl Weathers, Lena Headey, who plays Cersei in Game of Thrones, and the great Jason Schwartzman. Their voices aid the telling of Francis' story and captivate players throughout the 4 to 5 hour playthrough. This being a musical adventure, the sound must be top-notch as well, and it's in this aspect that The Artful Escape really flexes its muscles. The sounds are crisp and clear and make you feel like you are really the one shredding on the guitar at the mere press of a button. If only guitar playing was so easy, but with The Artful Escape you can still feel like a rocker without even picking up a guitar, and I love that. The game's art, music, and story actually made me forget that there really isn't much to The Artful Escape gameplay-wise, and I found myself rooting for Francis in his quest to get out of his uncle's shadow. Too many of the games I play are formulaic, but not The Artful Escape. This is an extremely chill experience and one that I don't have to dedicate a month or two to finish. It took me roughly 5 hours to beat the game, and that is because I didn't skip any of the dialogue. I was captivated by it all and hung on every word. You can pick up The Artful Escape on all major platforms for $19.99 or play it free on Xbox Game Pass, which is where I picked it up. If you enjoyed this review, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to The Big Retro Show. If you have played The Artful Escape, let me know in the comments how you liked it. Until the next one, I will see you next time on The Big Retro Show.